Nature heals itself whenever humans and animals stop damaging the environment. Plants grow back, streams get healthier, and in turn, our species gets healthier as well. The water that flows from the mountains to our cities is what we rely on every day, and if the water quality is less than favorable, we feel the consequences. By taking simple steps, we can avoid bad water quality. The problem of finding places to allow cattle to graze in Logan, Utah can be difficult. The current solution for ranchers is to obtain a permit to graze their cattle on national forest lands. These lands provide food and water for the livestock at a relatively cheap cost, which is great for ranchers. However, the livestock can damage important riparian zones if their movement is not controlled. What's a riparian zone, you ask? It's the area right next to a stream or river. The plants growing near the water's edge need the water to grow, and the stream needs the plants to stabilize the banks against erosion. The water itself is protected from pollutants that may try to flow through the vegetation as well. These zones are incredibly important to a healthy and balanced ecosystem. When cows graze near riparian zones, they tend to trample and eat the vegetation at the water's edge. These plants, willows and sedges primarily, cannot survive in these conditions. This leads to stream bank erosion and higher sediment and nutrient loading in the water. These effects will be noticeable downstream in the water storage facilities that Logan City utilizes. Excessive nutrient and sediment loading will lead to eutrophication in the reservoirs if proper management is not employed. When our water becomes unsafe, our own health is affected. At that point, actions must be taken to restore upstream ecosystems to their properly functioning and healthy state. That's where fencing comes in. A simple wooden fence surrounding riparian zones will block cattle from getting too close to the stream. Not having the cattle in those areas is all that is needed to let nature take over. Often referred to as passive restoration, this practice lets nature do all the hard work for you. Don't believe me? Check it out. Spawn Creek was the site of an experiment that tested this very concept. Researchers working with the National Forest Service constructed a fence that surrounds a large portion of Spawn Creek. The fence was built far enough away to sufficiently protect the riparian area from the cattle. To prove the effectiveness of this strategy, they monitored sedge and willow growth in specific areas inside the fence and compared that to the growth of vegetation in the control areas outside the fence. After monitoring Spawn Creek for 5 years, the researchers found that vegetation does indeed grow back quickly if annual rain and snowfall totals are high. Even with less rain, the fenced-off areas grew back faster than the control. Now that the fences are built and our water is clean and clear again, we just need to make sure things remain as they are. To manage this, ranchers are required to repair any damage the fences develop through their grazing season. This ensures the streams will stay protected for years to come. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something today. Do you agree with this practice? Did you know eating vegan foods could help solve this problem too? Leave a comment below and tell me what you think.